Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on road to Tunis. And so he's pointing on the left, we have Vector playing with Africa Corps. Going for a Basilieri start, so that does mean Italian combined arms. And on the right hand side we have TheChosen playing with the British forces. Looks like it's a bit of an engineer start though. Has put down section command, so it's not just pure spam. In terms of rankings, Vector in the mid-70s, TheChosen rank 40. See if TheChosen's locked in. Yep, has gone for Indian artillery, so thought it might have been some Churchill shenanigans, but no, going for artillery, not armoured. But yeah, a lot more players will be locking into their commanders immediately after the last change where you can no longer see your enemy's commander selection or battle group selection. So it makes it nice as a spectator. You have to wait. You have to constantly check in and out. Got the passive sprint on these guys while they're out of combat, so quite a good squad at capping up the map. Coming in from this side, decent amount of distance between them and the engineers who are trying to run away, but another squad coming in hot. It's a couple of volleys off. Looks like they're going to chase, a little bit slow on the chase. Could have continued the damage. Not a huge deal. They're going to go do some capping. Meanwhile, a section finds an opportunity to dash down onto this cutoff. So the area take up a nice heavy cover position. But they're going to be able to get the decap off. The Pirates versus more engineers down the far side. Section gets behind heavy cover now. Thought maybe the squad will come in before the decap had finished. Meanwhile, heated fighting on this side. Looks like the Basilieri getting the worst of it. Really having trouble dropping those last couple models from the small engineers. So they maintain their DPS deep into the fight. And what happened over here? This is just a very slow engagement. This squad deciding to get out from cover. Don't actually know what the optimum range is for the Basilieri up against infantry section. So they took a lot of damage on approach though. And the section's holding onto its model count quite effectively. Do manage to reconnect. So the Panzer Pie is forced away by the engineers on the other side as well. But yeah, I'm not sure what the DPS profile is on the Basilieri. How good they are long range. Coming in here for another decap attempt. I believe infantry sections do have, the faster decapture rate, 25%-ish boost, I think. And the Pirates get chopped up fast. Didn't have any healing, so painful returning to the field. Does have a mid truck in the build at this stage. But decap over here yet again. Basilieri going to give up on this side. Has gone for bolster now on these Basilieri. The mid tent down here for TheChosen as well. Bit of run and gun. The section's actually in some trouble. Getting quite low.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
And getting away. There's some mines up over here. To take some heavy cover positions. Dropping down some artillery.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Repositioning away from that, but still decapped. Still cut off. So overall, much better resource start for TheChosen. But not really backing this up with a particularly fast tech. Only getting platoon command up now, so if the aim was to go for like a fast Humber, the window for that is passed. Humber could just about be on the field already.
High command is rewarded on service. Enemy contact. We
Not
have
quite there
vehicles
for the
available in
Braiders,
reserve.
but they're not too far off.
Starting requisition of light support
Back the other way, light support up, going for fire support. So it doesn't look like any light vehicles from Vector. Unless we see some Caros, but unlikely given the Bacillary start. Mine triggers over here, only drops 2 models. I've seen them drop 3 models quite a bit recently. I'll probably get out of here at this stage. This is going to cost a lot of manpower to Vector. Try to hang on in this fight, which is... okay, throws out a cheeky grenade. Ooh! Nearly got a wipe on that squad. That was a close one. And it's going to be an assault grenadier call-in.
Get that area closed off. Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Have a look what the Chosen's up to. So Chosen, early Valor, and I would expect going into the Gurkhas.
Is in enemy hands.
Counter mine down here. Didn't want to go further across because quite likely, you know, if there's one mine, there could be another. So it could result in a squad wipe. So it's understandable. Assault grenadiers do have the option of the breach. Could flush the squad out of cover. Looks like he did use the breach there, I think. Oof, big damage from the assault grenadiers in close range. Drops down artillery on the building, but the assault grenadiers already on the move. Don't see any damage from that. Otherwise I should go on the further zoom level. Shoot at that squad going for the decapture. They are going to try hide in the far edge so they can complete the decapture, and that does draw these guys out of cover. They do end up forcing the retreat. Smoke from this direction, so the section going to go 2-on-1 against the Bacillary. So Grenadier is going to try charge through the smoke. Quick switch in the focus fire though. The Chosen was ready for that. Throws out some assault grenades. Decent spread on them. But good reaction, good dodging. Good decap though on the cutoff back the other way by Vector. And could now go for the Braiders. Easy dodge on that grenade though. I believe that Bacillary grenade, quite a lot of damage, but quite poor AoE on it. And here we go, Flamer, 250. Bit of a chase down. Look at this, Stuart, so late. 9 minutes. And here it comes. Gonna kill off the 250 straight away. And of course the Bacillary, no anti-tank grenades, so they are largely powerless against the Stuart. Typically the Stuart, you know, gets bullied by the martyrs incredibly hard, so it's often not that good for Brits to go for a Stuart, but in this particular case, no mechanized, so no martyrs to worry about. Going for a Humber as well, a very late Humber. Anti-tank gun in production, mine going off. Humber coming in. As Brits though, you do always have the option of, you know, once you got your final stage of tech down, trading these guys in, withdraw and refit or whatever it's called. Getting your resources back, so As long as neither of these light vehicles die, doesn't really matter too much.
The victory point is being taken from us.
Can come in, bring them in, get a bit of damage done, and then trade them out.
It's under our control.
Bargain.
Enemy forces have captured the victory point.
Can hide from these light vehicles, buy time for the anti-tank gun to roll up here.
Territory sector has been claimed by the enemy.
Engineers isolated, gonna get the decap down the far side. T-gun connecting there. Grenade out. Expecting the Humber to dodge into it. Does not happen though. Oh, Royal Engineers, what were they doing? Oh, not good for the Chosen. That's a huge mistake. 1 HP escape though, back the other way. Another mistake from Victor, not going for any type of chase. Now big pressure on the AT gun, that's why he wasn't paying attention down there. Very hard to recover an AT gun in this game though. And you're under this much pressure. Gonna try go for it. Lobs a grenade. And the section actually recrews it. Gonna get decrewed again quite quickly. Gonna try steal it again. Stuart's still quite far back though. No extra anti-tank gun in production for Victor. Does have a decent amount of... probably not actually. Throws out another grenade. So I think maybe you could save up for a Panzerjäger, but the reinforced costs at the moment doesn't look that viable. So Stuart's trying to kill off the AT gun is successful. Ooh, bit of friendly fire there. Nearly loses that section. Stuart coming in for some more damage.
We have M1340 tanks in reserve.
Oh, big damage. But the Caro, oh, he doesn't have the fuel for it. Did he tick? No. Goes for a call-in anti-tank gun. That's a good idea if you've gone for the fire support elements. Bring this in as quite cheap. Especially for the infantry support gun, that's a deal. Humber trying to get away, but his armor not strong enough. Ends up going down to a bit of bunker fire after taking a shot from the AT gun, diffusing the pressure there. No final stage of tech yet from the Chosen. Hurting for manpower himself, actually. Has gone for another squad. This time it's going to be Gurkhas.
We have the upper hand. The enemy has 250 points.
Try and get some mines down here.
Proximity alarm.
250 coming across.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Gurkhas no upgrades yet. Throw out a smoke grenade to hide behind. Good bit of capping out to the side though by the Basilieri.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Pack and crew here.
AT gun in a relevant position. Stuart is nearby. How much damage that 250 takes though. From small arms. Dodge on the grenade. So both these guys do have the extra Braider, so it's helping them out a good amount. Also Vet 2. Dodging the huge grenade assault. Those are really, really strong on the Gurkhas. Just checking over here. No veteran squad leaders for the Basilieri. Does give them the extra man, but it does give them received damage bonus, I believe it is. So I typically find it is, I think, worth it in the long run to go for. If you can find the window. That's part of the reason why I just decided to go for Panzer Grenadiers instead. The double LMG style on them as well. Found that to be more effective. Here comes the flamer trying to flush out the Gurkhas, but they are some healthy boys. Take a while to go down. Stuart's still up here, still making a nuisance of itself.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
You got the Basilieri looking quite grim when it comes to territory control right now for Vector. Has got tier 4 up, very close to the resources for Panzer 3 now, in terms of fuel at least. Manpower though, that's another story. But does at least have both of these manpower points connected, so doing okay in that department. Really needs to take some good fights from superior cover positions. Not draining out too many VPs, in fact Victor's actually ahead in that regard. A good job holding onto that far edge point. Shoots out for repairs. Tech coming up for TheChosen.
This isn't good.
Who has decided to go for perimeter monitor as well as volunteer infantry as the late game options. Perimeter monitor did get nerfed. Not as good as it used to be.
We have taken the advantage.
But the reinforced cost bonus, that's still incredibly powerful. So we've got the 250 coming through the centre. Maybe wanting to stay in anti-tank gun range so the Stuart can't kill it. Finds a section down here. Doing huge damage. Got a grenade go off here, but it looks like that did get dodged. 250 trying to limp home now. Honestly, the Gurkha could probably run forwards just like 15 range and kill. Or doesn't even need to. Section coming in from the other side, securing the kill on 250. But here we go, Panzer 3 finally in the build for Vector. This has been a slow path towards it. 3 grenades. Well dodged.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Back the other way, TheChosen does have enough to go for anything. Yeah, it's going to be a squad of foot guards.
Our forces hold strong. The advantage is ours.
I don't see why you go for another squad of infantry when you have resources to go for any type of tank you want. Got the Stuart nearby, but Panzer 3 is quite fast. Doesn't have too hard of a time chasing down the Stuart because of that. It's Victor's mine down there. Victor definitely keeping his eyes on the prize, going for the VPs. Oh, there we go. The mine combines up. Bit of focus fire from the Panzer Pyros. See you later. Engineers down. Panzer 3 coming through the wall. I don't think these sections have grenades ticked, at least from what we've seen so far. But here we go, it's a Crusader for TheChosen. Does not have the resources to upgrade it though. Could do a trade-in as well on the Stuart at this stage. Does not have any upgrades on it, so I'll probably trade it in here. The upgrade, you know, with the tank commander especially, I feel like the extra vision from it can be quite handy sometimes. Especially if it has a high stage of vet already, but vet 1 with no upgrades, I'd probably trade it in.
Victory point lost.
Because TheChosen would pretty much have enough for another tank with that trade-in complete. Okay, Panzerjäger calling down the other side. Crusader still does not have the upgun complete. And it looks like he... questionable choices on this munitions utilization. Okay, Stewart out to the far side. Ooh, big shot from the Crusader. Salieri, ooh, ended up going down to the artillery. On retreat, unfortunate there for Victor. AT gun facing this direction. Panzer 3 maybe trying to bait a response. Bait a tank into this AT gun, not happening so far. Let's see another Crusader, he's got 2 of them already. Wow. This one's getting upgunned at the moment. Got artillery cover as the final choice for Victor.
Our enemy has the upper hand. We have 300
Okay,
points.
capping on the far edge. Triple cap against Victor. Does have still quite a VP lead to work with, but
We need cover. Get in lane.
it's a mistake I make quite often. Not being able to exit out of the build menu by selecting a different unit. Okay, Crusader coming in from the other side.
Territory sector out of contact.
Bouncing though. I think this one still doesn't have the upgun. And the AT gun spins around to handle it. Good shot there from the Panzer 3. We've got another Panzer 3 done by Victor as well. Salieri get the decap. Might be a good idea for them to retreat at this stage. He suffers too much bleed. Does not have any upgrades completed. Sometimes around the point where you might want to consider going for one of them. So you've got 2 tanks out like this. Here comes the Panzer 3. Next once on the Stewart. It's trying to get away. The Crusader also quite low out the back here. Stewart not making use of any of its abilities, just flat out driving away. Crusaders coming in, hoping to kill this off. Quite a few bounces from the Crusader that does not have the upgun though. Doesn't matter. Ends up killing it off. Seems like a charge of infantry through the center. Forcing back the Axis AT gun to base. Unable to contribute. Got to be very careful with your tank positioning in these situations. And it's going to be a Caro brought in by Victor after that loss. Maybe thinks he can capitalize on these low health tanks by going for a counter attack at this stage. Might actually be correct about that. The high health upgunned Crusader off to the side. Okay, and the Panzer 3 Caro combo making some plays. Going in for a kill on the Gurkhas first off. I guess that's the artillery that targets enemy units in their friendly sectors. That's probably not going to catch mobile vehicles moving around though. Foot guards moving to intercept, and here comes healthy Crusader as well. Looks like the Caro likely to go down in this engagement, and does. Panzer 3 desperate. Trying to get something going here. Trying to disengage now. Oh, it's still alive though. No, spoke too soon. Not quite fast enough, trying to escape. And the Chosen in control now. After all those armor losses by Victor. AT gun still back at base amongst all this as well. Should have had some support from some of this extra anti-tank if you're going to go for a deep dive like that. Like an AT gun here, maybe the Panzerjäger's similar position. So that as they push in, you can actually catch them off guard. Probably would have lost all his armor still, but at least maybe could have got some kills in return. So now it's looking really grim for Victor after all of those losses. And there goes the 250 as well. Panzerjägers, a difficult retreat. And they get mopped up. And Victor's going to throw in the towel there. Oh, and I'm going to crash, I think. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know about that build overall. Both players left plenty of opportunities to the opponent. As I said, I think my double LMG style with Panzergreens is just much stronger than going for Bacilliery. I think they're just better as a combat unit. They got more utility with grenades. You can buff them up really good with the side upgrades. Yeah, stronger overall late game. So it just gives you a stronger base to work for if you're trying to go for that straight tech up to a Panzer III. Gives you a more stable base to operate from. But yeah, then it was a bit of a Humber play, combining up with the Stuart very late, coming in, you know, around 9 minutes. Curious choice from TheChosen. It ended up working reasonably well. The Humber did die eventually, but still did okay. Stuart lasted the whole game, I think. But both players, I think, position-wise, they weren't really like setting traps with their AT guns or with another vehicle, trying to bait their opponent in. It's very straight-ahead play, and quite often units getting caught quite badly out of position without anything to back them up. And yeah, that was not a very good, like the Gurkha kill, that was okay, but then, you know, as I said, no support as the units were trying to back away from that area. Did not end up going too well. I think Victor didn't really have a chance to go for any side upgrades, given the way that things shaked out, and the second Panzer III, the timing of its death, just didn't really have enough time for that. But yeah, it's tough. It's very difficult to go manpower for manpower against a player in the late game when they have the reinforcement cost buff, whether from Brits or from Wehrmacht Luftwaffe. So you kind of have to fight them in another area. You know, mass Panzer IIIs could work out with all the upgrades, but can be quite difficult to get to that stage. And in the meantime, the Gurkhas can really light up your troops. But yeah, I'd say a bit more positioning finesse required from both players, and maybe a bit more definitive on the build orders as well. Sharpen up those timings. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like a good game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.